What is up, Anthony? It is Wednesday. That's right, Wednesday, not Tuesday, because yesterday I was going to film this vlog and you took my camera without me realizing, so I didn't have the time to. Feel the guilt. Anyway, before I got back and realized you had taken my camera, I was talking with my TA from Psych 100 about me entering the field of psychology. And while there I met another guy named Corey, and he was telling me that to enter the psych major I have to take this class called Careers in Psychology. But then Corey told me that Careers in Psychology is basically just the teacher saying, you will not get a job unless it's in academia, and even then it's a long shot. So that kinda sucks. Essentially, these teachers are saying there's no application for psychology outside of academia, and yes, I did move the camera angle, the desk here was a little uncomfortable. I don't think degrees determine what we are capable of or what we should go into, and I think that holds especially true for liberal arts degrees like psychology. Psychology is learning how the human mind works. Everyone's a human. There's nowhere that wouldn't be applicable. Even though psychology has Bachelors of Science degrees in things like business, I think even a Bachelor of Arts degree can be used outside of an academic setting. For example, if I went to an employer with a BA in psychology and they said, what can you do that will help our company? I would tell them, I understand how humans learn things. Now, studying the way we learn is more indicative of cognitive psychology instead of psychology as a whole. But other disciplines of psychology are certainly applicable in many different areas of our lives. The point I'm trying to make here is that we don't exactly have to do what's expected of us, or even what our degree says we should or ought to do. I think your major is more indicative of what interests you the most, rather than what you actually will wind up doing with your life. The skills you possess that allowed you to acquire that major can certainly be applicable in other fields than just the major. And it might sound like I'm talking just about liberal arts fields, but even engineers who have those highly analytical capabilities often go into things that aren't engineering. Many go into computer science, and I could also see them doing very well in finance. Speaking of engineers and liberal arts majors, engineers, I don't want to hear you guys complaining about the work you have to do, because you know what? After 4 years, liberal arts majors like me are going to get to complain because we don't have any work to do. I don't think the major that we have will determine what job we have or whether or not we're capable for a certain job. Besides, a lot of companies aren't even hiring anymore for what we know, but instead for what we're capable of learning. My friend recently shared an article about this, link in the description, and it talks about how Google focuses on what you can learn, not what you already know. And in psychology, there are terms for those types of intelligence. The first of which is called fluid intelligence, and it focuses on your ability to learn and perceive similarities and connections between different stimuli. It's called that because these situations where we're learning something so quickly are going through us, fluidly. We have to learn from them on the spot. The other type of intelligence is called crystallized intelligence, and it's essentially what we've already learned. It's the knowledge and information that we have crystallized in our memory. Everyone talks about how a lot of the stuff we learned isn't even applied. We learn things on the job. And that's why the article about Google talks about how almost 15% of their employees didn't even go to college. The interview process certainly was extensive, but they were able to accurately assess their fluid intelligence and see what they're capable of doing on the job. And you know, when meeting people in colleges and taking classes, we become so focused on saying things like, what's your major? When instead, we should really be asking questions like, what are you passionate about? That's when you really learn what motivates someone, why they do what they do, and it helps you understand them on a more personal level. And with that understanding comes an understanding of where they could fit into a company or business or whatever. Now, I don't know if I'll eventually major in psychology or not, but I'm not concerned about it. As long as I can express the skills I have and why I enjoy doing what I do, I will find a place in this world that I will be happy. I'll see you on Friday, Anthony. Also, I am implementing a punishment system, so if one of us does something wrong, like take the other person's camera or goes a day over the day they're supposed to publish the video, you get to suggest something that we do as punishment, or people who watch this video could suggest it in the comments. And I'm gonna let you slide free this week, Anthony, but I will let you give something to me that I have to do for next week, so let me know in your next video and I will do my best to do it.